Hello and welcome to this new edition of Bourdier's Monday Report. The past week was rather lacking in economic statistics, both in the United States and the Eurozone. However, we did have some important statistics released in China, and unfortunately they tended to disappoint, with the exception of exports. Indeed, retail sales, industrial production, and investments all came in below expectations and slowed down in November. And as we can see on the chart, the weakness in activity is preventing a broad-based return of price growth into positive territory. The consumer price index does show positive year-on-year growth, but it remains weak at only plus 0.7%, and producer prices are still contracting. The annual Central Economic Work Conference, which was held last week, did not announce any growth or policy targets. They will be set during the Party Congress next March. What is certain is that the current economic weakness calls for new and more significant stimulus measures. In financial markets, the Fed's decision to lower its key interest rates by 1/4 point was expected. Nevertheless, the central bank struck a less restrictive tone than had been feared. This did not prevent 10-year sovereign yields from rising by a few basis points in the United States and the Eurozone, causing bond prices to fall by 0.3% in dollars and 0.5% in euros. The Fed's more accommodative tone caused the dollar index to fall by 0.6%, allowing it to appreciate by almost 2%. Stocks are moving in a scattered fashion. They are up by 0.4% in emerging markets, down by 0.1% in Europe, 0.4% in Switzerland, and 0.6% in the United States. The coming week promises to be particularly rich in economic data releases. This is partly due to the delayed publication of many statistics in the United States because of the federal shutdown. In the United States, we will thus have quite a bit of information about the health of the real estate sector, including home builder confidence, housing starts, and building permits from previous months. Retail sales, inflation figures, and especially the employment reports for the months of October and November will be released, as well as the confidence of purchasing managers in both the manufacturing and services sectors. In the Eurozone, we will also have the manufacturing and services PMIs, as well as industrial production and consumer confidence. Finally, the European Central Bank is expected to keep its key interest rates unchanged at its last meeting of the year. The Bank of England and the Bank of Japan will also be meeting. Within equities, we are adding Richemont to our portfolios. Deluxe has repositioned itself in the jewelry segment, which now accounts for 55% of its revenue, compared to just 25% in 2009. The major brands in its portfolio, such as Cartier and Van Cleef & Arpels, give it exposure to the most important clients. And the appointment of the new CEO, Nicholas, improves visibility. Finally, the 20% discount compared to its peers should narrow, allowing the stock to outperform within the sector. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention and see you next week.